Hi, everyone. So welcome back to our manifestation series where we talk about how to manifest our ideal job, career promotion, money, whatever it is that we like. In the last episode, we spoke about the importance of choosing your thoughts and also getting clarity. And we suggested that you do this exercise where you write everything out, whatever it is that you want to create in your career, and really allow yourselves to go deep with it. Now, today we're going to be talking about emotions because thoughts drive our emotions, right? So whenever we have a reaction to something, it's not that something that makes us react to, but it's our thoughts about that event, about that circumstance. And while the thought is that signal that we send out into the universe, emotion is how we attract those opportunities, those experiences back into our life. So if you are having a thought that is like, I want this promotion, but I'm too old, it's too far, I'm going to work long hours. So you're creating very conflicting thoughts and you're going to have very conflicting emotions about it. And therefore, you may attract very conflicting results. So, Reed, anything you want to add to it?
Yes, I want to emphasize if we said from the logical part of how this formula works. So the thoughts anchor, we are an energy, remember? We are all creating on a daily basis. We are just helping you to align your actions or your desires and actually to attract what you want to yourself. So from logical perspective, in order to understand the logic of how it works, thoughts give a signal to the universe of where you want, and emotion attract it back. And the basis understanding of manifestation, if you wanted to make it very, very clear, is act as you already have it. Meaning, I don't know if you know the Jim Carrey story, that when he became an actor, he wrote to himself like $1 million check and he puts it in his pocket. And a few years later, and he actually decided to be an actor in quite an older age. It wasn't his, like about 30, he only started his career. And he achieved that. So by, acting upon it, giving himself the emotion, he put the desire of $1 million out there and acted like he already has it. And this is basically it. And Lena was right. The formula is that our thought drives our emotions. The emotion drives how we act, how we behave. Okay, so just to make it really, really simple, if you're going to do something that does not align with the job title or what you want to achieve, basically, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I can provide a lot of scenarios. For example, if you want to have a managerial role and you're currently, let's say, a team leader and you want to attract a director, you need to start acting like a director already when you are a team leader. So people with the organization already will perceive you as a director. You cannot continue to think as a team leader hoping that you will be a director. If you know what a director is expected to do it without the job title already. Act like you already have it.
Yeah, and it all starts also like with a self-talk, right? I mean, how would you talk to yourself? How would you treat others? How would you respond? And that's the big thing when it comes to our emotions, because often when we don't like the external circumstances or how somebody behaves or how they speak to us, we tend to react. But now if you're the CEO, if you're director of the company, if you've got a senior role, well, you've got to start choosing your reactions. You've got to becoming more in tune with your emotions and really understanding that it's not that person, that circumstance that's making you angry, frustrated, resentful, but it's your thoughts. And that's why we wanted to introduce the thoughts before we introduce this importance of choosing our thoughts. And also I just want to say, that we just said that thoughts is something we send out as a signal, and then emotions is how we draw the experience back to us. And just to be very clear, if you're feeling negative emotion like anger or even self-doubt or resentment, it doesn't mean that it's like the end of a life, you'll never get the promotion. No, it's more becoming aware of it, right? Because awareness is the most important thing, because when you're becoming aware of this negative emotion, there's no negative, it's just an emotion, really. That's the most important thing. And then of course choosing choosing differently. So if in the past, let's say you were with a colleague and the colleague disrespected you, or you thought they disrespected you, maybe they said something and you got triggered, you reacted, you went and you had 5 glasses of wine just to numb this pain. Well, can you choose a different response? Can you choose a different thought about it? Can you choose to act and behave differently? And that's basically what we wanted to talk more about today, the importance of our emotions.
We wanted to show you, because in the job, when you're coming to work, a lot of people say nothing is personal. I don't really have emotion with the work. I'm very, very logical. So we're here to emphasize that's not correct. Emotion is part of our human body. That's the way we operate. So as much as you want to say that nothing is personal, and you could be thriving it all down, just chucking it all down and not reacting or whatever, we want to tell you our emotions are there. So first we wanted to tell you that even if you think you're coming very professional usually mean in regular language business term is that I'm not bringing my emotion. So we are telling you are, because emotion, as we want them to reflect your action, even preserving ourselves from feeling our emotion is actually a reaction to our emotion. So first we wanted to make you aware that emotion has a place within the workplace as well, and they do hold power. Okay, they do hold power, and the minute you are started thinking about them in the reflection of where you want to drive, which is the thought, where do you want to go, you would see that you would start changing them. So what we want to show today is the power that you actually have them, and we want you to be aware. First, be aware.
Awareness is definitely the key. And then another thing is acknowledging whichever emotion we're feeling. So like Sarit said, when we come to work, we think we've got to be professional. We're not allowed to feel. So what we actually do is we start suppressing those emotions. And remember, what is actually emotion? Emotion is energy in motion. That's all emotion is. So when we don't allow ourselves to experience whatever is coming up, when we suppress it, we're not getting to the root cause of the issue. We're actually just building up this resistance. And that's why later we blow up completely. We fly off our handle, whether it's probably not at work, but we do that with our loved ones. Or even worse, it can actually manifest as health condition. And I mean, I'm not going to go into the scientific side of it, but we know that suppressed emotion can lead to all sorts of illnesses, which is why we're not encouraging here to pretend to act happy. We need to actually start experiencing our emotion. We need to really allow ourselves to become present and to feel whatever is coming up. So for example, if the emotion is anger, right? So somebody said something and you're feeling anger. The first thing is to drop the thoughts, to drop the judgment. They said this, they called me this, blah, blah, blah. Drop that and just be aware, okay, I'm feeling anger, and just take a deep breath, because just by pausing, by taking this breath, by dropping the story, by dropping who said, who did what, you're giving yourself this, you kind of disconnect yourself from the experience, and that gives you that pause to choose a different response, a different reaction.
I can tell you that as a leader, that suppressing your feelings not necessarily has to be connected to an outrage, which most necessarily is some of the people just come detached. They're not participating anymore, and they just detach themselves, and that is actually a very common scenario that happens within the workplace. And if you want to achieve something in the workplace, we recommend that's not something you do. I'm telling you, I managed hundreds of people over my years in different countries. So usually suppressing your feelings is something very common. And then people think that by being quiet and preserved and not saying their opinion, they're actually doing the right thing. And I can tell you, you're not, because dropping engagement, it's not going to work to your benefit. So the only thing I wanted to explain with this is that emotion, you are bringing them. If you're acting upon them or suppressing them, they still hold a very powerful they hold a lot of power on what is your action and how you will show up in the workplace. And the first thing is to be aware of them. We're not giving them titles. They're no good, they're no bad, and every emotion is valid. And the first thing we are asking you in this video is to understand their power, to understand their exist. Don't give them title just at the beginning. Let yourself have the freedom to feel them and to know they're there.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when it goes back to exercise, I just wanted to elaborate a little bit. There's going to be step 2. So in a previous video, we asked you to put out all your thoughts on a piece of paper. What would you like to create, to expand your mind, to really allow yourself to dream big? Now, in this exercise, what I would love for you to do is to go over your list and also connect to the feeling. So now let's say, like you mentioned in the previous video, Sarit, act as though, or in this video earlier just now, act as though as though you already have it. So how would you be showing up? How would you be feeling? How would you be feeling if you already have this job of your dream, or you got this promotion?
That is for a different video. Now we just ask you to open it and see how you behave today. Like Dr. Joe is saying, have a retrospective about your work. Like what emotion did I show up today? We're not asking you to hold the picture. Yeah, just see, I had an outburst, or my whatever came and it wasn't. Start writing them down. Look at where you want and how you behave today, and let's see where we are.
So let me just finish that exercise, what I was saying. So when you now going through this exercise, connect to the feeling of how you want to feel, okay? Because it's important to get your thoughts out. But if the thought is not also charged by emotion, it's not going to be as powerful. So just tap into it, even if you've got to maybe write again and maybe expand on this, but allow yourself to feel into that vision rather than just writing, this is what I want, like a monotonous kind of, feeling. Allow yourself to connect with it and to feel happy and excitement, whether you just read through it and connect to the feeling, or whether you just rewrite it, but now bringing emotion into this process.
And more details. It's probably going to drive more details. As in more details as you can provide, the better. Really, the better that you can. So it's okay even to, go back to the source and add a few things. It's all open. And if another pro or a con added to the picture, also add it, because this is a work in progress. This is something that we will continue to work together. And emotion are definitely a driver, and they are coming to work with you. You are still a human being. So emotion are definitely there.
Yeah. And remember, the more you kind of even go through this list, whether you rewrite it, whether you read it, the more attention, the more energy you give it. And as we already said, like everything is energy, and that's how we speak to the universe. That's how universe speaks to us. It doesn't speak human language. It speaks in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So the more you connect with it, the more emotion you put in there, it's just the faster your vision will come into reality.
Just know you can't hide from the universe, because the universe
will find you.
It will find you, and it doesn't speak in words. Nope. So, words is a world of, it's an art form. We think we're fooling, but the only person we are fooling is ourselves. The universe, you can tell him you want to go get to a vacation in Hawaii. If you're not motivated from the right place, you don't have enthusiasm, you don't have emotion, without manifestation, I'm going to tell you, you're not going to get there. He's not going to help you. You would have to do it in brutal force, and this is not what we're here for. We are here to telling you, you can manifest it easily.
Exactly. And that's exactly what you just said. We can achieve this career goal, by working hard, by slaving away, by sacrificing our health. And I've met many people who achieve great success, but at what cost? I mean, I've met people who literally sacrifice their health and sacrifice their family to eventually, like 10, 15 years later, to get to where they want to be. But when we just start changing our energy, when we start expanding our minds, when we start really feeling those things and opening ourselves up, we can just shorten the time span and also save ourselves sanity and energy.
Because we can have it in a different way. Why not?
Because we can have it all.
Exactly. This is your birthright.
I love it. Cool, guys. Well, let us know how it goes, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.